States of America and under the Constitution of the United States. I'm going to read the dark areas. We the representatives of the undersigned counties in the state of California do acknowledge and humbly invoke the favor of Almighty God for continued civil and religious liberty for ourselves and our prosperity. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against the unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall be issued upon probable cause supported by oath or affirmation, particularly describing the place to be searched, the persons and things to be seized. California state government violates the following. The United States shall guarantee to every state in this union a republican form of government and shall protect each of them against invasion and on application of legislature against domestic violence. Constitution and laws of the state of the United States shall be made pursuant to the pursuits thereof. All treaties made under the United States shall be free to all land thereof in the state said. Let's see.
Maybe we can finish sitting in the car. It's so damn cold.
Yeah, let's finish it in the car.
Okay. We are walking back to the car. Okay, let me take it off. Okay, it's still recording.
Okay, there's an 80-mile-an-hour force gale wind blowing out there right now. And there's no place in front of the courthouse other than our car where we can get this thing read. So we're waving to people and reading this and going, hey, look, here's the grievance. So, State of New California notice to all Californians, Chapter 11, Grievance 40. New California is a new state in development exercising its constitutional right to form from the state of California. The process to form New California is authorized and codified in Article 4, Sections 3 and 4 of the U.S. Constitution. Statement of intent. The citizens of New California have decided to remedy the abuse of power by the government of California by exercising their right to form a new state provided in the United States Constitution, Article 4, Sections 3 and 4. We are determined to live under a state government in the United States of America and under the Constitution of the United States. New California Declaration of Independence, January 15, 2018 states, whenever any form of government becomes destructive, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it and to institute new government. When a long train of abuses and acts to seize and to hold the people's power without legal authority and pursuing invariably the same object that clearly demonstrates a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. Preamble to the New California State Constitution states, we the representatives of the undersigned counties within the state of California do acknowledge and humbly invoke the favor of Almighty God for continued civil and religious liberty to ourselves and our posterity. First Amendment of the United States Constitution states, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for redress of grievances, Fourth Amendment of the United States Constitution states, "The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by an oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized." The counties of New California State brought forward 95 Chapter 1 grievances between January 2018 and November 2019. On April 28, 2020, New California State will issue 95 additional Chapter 2 grievances to be announced in public on Tuesdays at 11 a.m. and 1:30 p.m. Declaration of Grievance, Statement of Facts. The people of California are suffering from a tyrannical state government which fails to provide a Republican form of governance, enables and supports across its southern border the invasion of the United States of America by illegal foreign nationals, and protects vicious criminals who commit outrageous acts of violence upon citizens of America, all caused by a government of and for a monoparty system led by a tyrannical dictator who openly defies federal law. California state government violates the following. United States Constitution, Article 4, Section 4. The United States shall guarantee to every state in this union a Republican form of government, and shall protect each of them against invasion and on application of the legislature or of the executive when the legislature cannot be convened against domestic violence. In violation of the United States Constitution, Article 6. This Constitution and the laws of the United States which shall be made in pursuance thereof, and all treaties made or which shall be made under the authority of the United States shall be the supreme law of the land, and the judges and every state shall be bound thereby, anything in the Constitution or laws of any state to the contrary notwithstanding. Violation of the First Amendment, United States Constitution. Congress shall make no law respecting or an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people to peaceably assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Violation of 14th Amendment, United States Constitution, Section 3. No person shall be a senator or representative in Congress or elector of president or vice president or hold any office, civil or military, under the United States or under any state who have previously taken an oath as a member of Congress or as an officer of the United States or as a member of any state legislature or as an executive or judicial officer of any state to support the Constitution of the United States shall have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same or given aid and comfort to the enemies thereof. But Congress may, by a vote of 2/3 of each house, remove such disability. Order of the day. The Nazi blinked. Since March 4th, 2020, the state of California has been in the grasp of a totalitarian governor that would make his fellow totalitarian brother Adolf Hitler proud. Of course, there are Hitler's cousins in totalitarianism: Mao Zedong, Lenin, Marx, Stalin, Pol Pot, Castro, Kim, and Maduro, who must be equally as proud of the governor's efforts to make the New World the totalitarian utopia they all sought to achieve. Since the discovery of the New World by Christopher Columbus in 1492 until the removal of a statue depicting Christopher Columbus and Spain's Queen Isabella was removed from the rotunda inside the California State Capitol building in Sacramento, has there been such a dictator with so much power over so many of the New World? Using the pretext of the COVID virus pandemic in February of 2020, the governor quickly seized power and began to destroy the lives of millions of U.S. citizens living in California State. First, the children were forced to stop going to school. California State's first responsibility, in which they spend most of their budget, is to educate the children. Schools closed for fear over the virus, yet there was no viable data to show school closures would stop the spread. In fact, children have been shown to be least likely to spread the virus. Then came the closures of churches and large gatherings, a clear violation of the First Amendment. Church leaders, for fear of being arrested, and acquiesced, taking a knee to the Hitler protege and thus surrendering the First Amendment, which states, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or the press or the right of the people to peaceably assemble to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Emboldened by his power to control and influence the lives of 40 million people, his lust for power continued unchecked as he attacked the economy by shutting down businesses. To ensure the destruction, the governor, just like Hitler in Germany, weaponized such agencies as the Cosmetology Board to become police, complete with guns and handcuffs to enforce massive extortion upon businesses. In Grievance 37, Chapter 2, the dictator uses martial law on American citizens. The state is in martial law. We stated following: the California governor has obtained power by the force of fear, utilizing a compliant media, pseudosciences, corrupt monoparty system, local officials, and statewide government agencies. The governor has become a classic dictator who is destroying the state and its people through martial law. Using incremental stages of implementation of martial law, the governor started with the use of emergency powers as he declared for himself one-man rule. Next came the masking, then the closures of schools, churches, businesses, travel restrictions, curfews, releasing of convicted felons, and lockdowns of entire counties in the largest state in the nation. In Grievance 38, Chapter 2, Investigate Domestic Terrorism, we stated the following: since March 4 of 2020, the California governor has been an official dictator. The definition of a dictator by Oxford Dictionary: a ruler with total power over a country, typically one who has obtained control by force. The legislature in California state is non-existent, but cannot resist their totalitarian impulses, as they have eagerly allowed the governor has usurped their power under the guise of the COVID virus. Of course, with a monoparty system that fails to provide the Republican form of government, the unilateral giving up of legislative power to the dictator has been easy totalitarian impulse to follow. In Grievance 39, Save the Republic, we stated the following: martial law can be imposed when civil rule fails, temporarily being replaced with military authority in a time of crisis. Though rare, there have been a number of notable cases where martial law came into play, including the times of war, natural disaster, and civic dispute. Because the rule of law was destroyed by the governor as he usurped power from the legislature and the judiciary, there came lawlessness as representative government came to a stop. Violent crime soared as COVID-infected illegal foreign nationals invaded the state at the invitation of the governor himself. Now we hear the governor is lifting restrictions. With the election over, we are now seeing like-minded governors around the nation lifting their same orders, yet they claim millions of infected cases. Why now? The governor as many governors are finding out, they have no money coming in to fuel their Hitlerian impulses and urges. The governor thought there was going to be a bailout by Congress. He now knows there will not be a bailout by Congress. California is headed for financial collapse in just a few short months. California's financial trajectory was set in stone when the governor chose to follow Hitler instead of the founding fathers. Hitler blinked in Russia. Newsom blinked in California. Both are in the dust bin of history. Yet the founding fathers are alive and well today, living in the hearts and minds of all new Californians. New California state's place in its history is as the 51st state in the Union is assured. Thank you, founding fathers. The governor of California, the current socialist governor, dictator, and monoparty system, along with local officials, are following a coordinated design with the intent to actively engage in acts of insurrection against the United States Constitution. The Insurrection Act of 1807 and the Emergency Economic Powers Act are United States federal laws that govern the ability of the President of the United States to deploy military troops within the United States to put down lawlessness, insurrection, and rebellion. The California government, in conjunction with the socialist state executive, instituted wherever the current socialist governor dictator has usurped power, has actively engaged in acts of secession and have created a reign of terror on United States citizens living in California with the intent to secede from the United States of America, to thus destroy the very union of states which secures our liberty and freedom. Abdication of authority. Betrayal by the sitting socialist governor dictator of California, the monoparty legislature, and local elected officials is evidence of abdication of their responsibilities of authority and sovereignty over the citizens of the United States living in California. Prayer. The citizens of New California State pray for the President to exercise his authority under the Insurrection Act of 1807 to initiate the military's use of military law, of martial law, to end the tyranny being foisted upon the United States of America. This concludes these proceedings.